Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So today I am making a ham and bean soup in my Instant Pot. So what I thought I would do is I would just take you along and talk to you while I prep my ingredients. It's going to be a very quick and easy recipe, and especially if you have those ham bones left over from Christmas Day or from any other holiday, this is the time to use those up. So I have a 2-pound package of Great Northern beans, and I'm just going to pour some of those out on my kitchen table. Now, if you have never worked with dry beans before, you always want to look to see if there's any rocks in your beans and just kind of sort through them, pull out any beans that just don't look right. Sometimes if they're broken in half or have a little tiny piece, I pull them out just because I mean, it's not really necessary. The main part that you want to do, I always put this in my lap and scoop, but the main part that you want to do is just look for the rocks. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of this before, to sort through and look for the rocks. And also, tell me how your mom did it, or your dad, whoever was in the kitchen doing your cooking. Could have been even one of your grandparents. But tell me how they did their beans, if they did the same thing that I do and sit with a bowl in my lap to do this. It just seems like the easiest way. I remember both my mom and my grandmother doing it this way. They just spread them out and sorted through them and just looked again just to see if there was any weird looking beans or rocks. And what I'll do is I'll save my little pile over here, and just to show you what I found. I didn't find any rocks yet, but typically what I find is when I'm doing this with pinto beans, I find a lot more rocks in the pinto beans than I do the Great Northern beans. Now my plan is to use not all 2 pounds of this, but a good portion of this. I think I'm going to leave about that much left in the bag and finish sorting through these. Again, right now I'm just picking out some of the broken ones. We're almost done with that here. Good, no rocks today. All right, so I have my beans. They're in my bowl. I'll show you a picture of the ones that I took out, and then we'll go ahead and get this recipe started. So if I didn't already say so, I'm Kim. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. And if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit all those fun buttons, the like, the subscribe, the comments, all that good jazz. And I'm going to turn you around, get you a better angle on my countertop. You can probably see my Instant Pot behind me. And I thought this would just be a really fun angle. I don't normally sit here and talk to you while I do this, but I'm trying to figure out if this is better. So again, let me know if you like this a little bit better. So let's jump into the rest of this recipe. And again, it's gonna be so quick and easy. Okay, so here's what I found, just some broken ones. This one had a weird color to it. Let's see if I can focus in on that one a little bit better. All right, this is as good as we're gonna get. So that's what we have. Let me jump you over and let's take a look at the inside of our Instant Pot. All right, the first thing that we're doing is we're just gonna go ahead and give our beans just a quick rinse. Swirl it around, pour the water out. Same thing, swirl it around, pour the water out, and then you get the idea. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I have my ham bone, compliments of my friend Pam, who wasn't gonna make beans. And I'm just gonna dump the beans right on top of that ham bone. I'm gonna try to get those down to the bottom of the pot though, just so that I know that they're gonna be in the liquid and those are gonna get done really easy. Now on top of that, I chopped up a whole bag of carrots. I'm gonna throw in half and just see what that looks like once I get the water in. I'm planning on probably using all of them, but we're gonna start with half first to see how that looks. And I had a nice big sweet onion, and we're gonna toss that in as well. Yeah, I think that might be good. Don't fret, I will go ahead and freeze the onions and carrots, and I will save it for chicken and dumplings. It's perfect if you have those pre-chopped and ready to go. So I have that done. I have some chicken bouillon. These are the chicken bouillon granular stuff that I'm using. And I'm gonna throw in just 2 teaspoons. Taco's outside and he can see me in here, so hold on. Let me let the dog in, because you know, Taco's making his appearance as usual. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in some salt and pepper. Just a little bit of salt because we do have that ham in there and the chicken bouillon. And then of course get our pepper in. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that same bowl that I was using and get some water. And then we're just going to go ahead and add some water in. Now you need to have, I am making bean soup, so I'm probably going to fill this at least up to the top of all this mixture. Not so worried about the ham, top of the ham bone, but I think that should be good. There is a line in here, but I'm below the line to do, you know, the fill line on the Instant Pot. So what I'm going to do now, all right, so we're going to go ahead and let this cook on high pressure for 55 minutes. And once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and let this do a natural release. And with the cooking so long, the natural release might be another 45 minutes. But again, I'm having this for dinner. I've got this on way early. So we're just going to let it sit on the counter and do its thing. And we'll have some nice, tender, yummy bean and ham soup to enjoy later today. So I'll come back. I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. I'm just planning on pulling that ham bone out and discarding it. And then I will check the soup just to make sure that my seasonings are good. And with that said, we're just going to go ahead and let this do its thing and enjoy some bean soup today. All right, so I'll come back and I'll chit chat with you in a little while. Okay, so my soup is done. I let it sit in the pot for about 3 hours. Just going to pull the top off. And then we're going to pull that ham bone out. Rest of it does fall apart, so you just have to be careful when you're making it. Make sure you get all the pieces of that bone out. I like to try to pull some of that fat out too. But all in all, it smells absolutely delicious, and this is what I'm going to be having for dinner. It's going to be so good. All right. Everything else feels like it's okay. Might have a couple more pieces to pull out once I throw it into a bowl, but all in all, I think it looks pretty good. All right, so there you have it. Some nice, yummy bean and ham soup. Anytime you get a spiral ham or one of those, anytime you have that ham bone left over, make sure you throw one of these together because it is so good. And it just kind of gives you something else that you can, you know, change up and eat on your journey. Now, the only thing that has points in this was the ham. And I'm probably going to count 3 points per bowl and call it a day. So this is my soup. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. And with that said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.